Brian Ligon, and I'm with Tyler Ligon, and we're going to be talking about McDonald's case, Liebeck versus McDonald's restaurants. And just to start out with a little background, in 1992, Stella Liebeck of Albuquerque, New Mexico, was in the passenger seat of her grandson's car when she was severely burned by a cup of coffee she purchased at a McDonald's drive-thru. Her grandson stopped the car so she could add cream and sugar to the coffee, and she placed a cup of coffee between her legs and attempted to remove the lid and ended up spilling the hot coffee onto her lap. She burned 6% of her total body surface area and was hospitalized for 8 days for third-degree burns. She had to have skin grafts and suffered serious permanent scarring. Ms. Liebeck brought a suit against McDonald's and was apparently willing to settle for $20,000, but McDonald's only offered $800 and chose to fight her in court. In the end, the jurors awarded Liebeck $200,000 in compensatory damages for her pain, suffering, and medical costs, but those damages were reduced to $160,000 because they found her 20% responsible. They awarded $2.7 million in punitive damages that amounted to about 2 days of revenue for McDonald's coffee sales. The trial judge reduced the punitive damages to $480,000 while noting that McDonald's behavior had been willful, wanton, and reckless. The parties later settled for a confidential amount. According to news accounts, this amount was less than $500,000. So I'm going to be taking McDonald's side of the case, and I'm going to represent their argument against Ms. Liebeck. McDonald's argued that their customers knew the coffee was hot and the customers wanted it that way. McDonald's coffee cups had a statement on the side of the cup saying the coffee was hot to remind people consuming it. The accident didn't occur in the McDonald's restaurant, and also Ms. Liebeck put the cup of coffee between her legs and should have known the risk of spilling. Ms. Liebeck's grandson's car didn't have cup holders in it, so she could have asked her grandson to hold the coffee. An expert witness for the company testified that the number of burns was insignificant compared to the billions of cups of coffee that the company served each year. To the corporate restaurant giant, those 700 injury cases caused by hot coffee seemed relatively rare compared to the million cups of coffee served. Now Tyler's going to argue Ms. Liebeck's side of the case. Hey, I'm Tyler. I'm going to argue on behalf of Ms. Liebeck. So McDonald's had faced over 700 claims by people who had suffered burns from their coffee from 1982 to 1992. Some of these claims involved full-thickness burns similar to those suffered by Ms. Liebeck. These previous claims showed that McDonald's knew, or should have known, about the danger associated with the high temperatures of the coffee. McDonald's admitted that they kept their coffee temperature between 180 and 190 degrees Fahrenheit. They used this temperature based on a consultant's advice that this was the range needed for the best taste. McDonald's originally claimed that customers intended to consume the coffee after they got to work or home, at which time the coffee would have cooled down. However, McDonald's own internal research showed that most of the customers drank the coffee while still in their car. McDonald's admitted that they had not studied the dangers associated with these high temperatures. It was also found that other fast food restaurants sold their coffee at significantly lower temperatures. Coffee served by people in their homes was in the 135 to 140 degree range. Plaintiffs had an expert on thermodynamics related to skin burns. He testified that liquids at 180 degrees would cause a full-thickness burn to human skin in 2 to 7 seconds. As the temperature of the liquid fell to 155 degrees, the likelihood of a burn injury would fall exponentially. If the coffee served to Ms. Liebeck was 155 degrees, it would have cooled enough to avoid a significant injury when she spilled it. The warning that was written on the cup was not located in a position to serve as an actual warning, and McDonald's admitted to this fact. McDonald's has also admitted that the customers were not aware that the coffee being served could cause third-degree burns if it contacted the skin. McDonald's own quality assurance manager, who testified that McDonald's required their restaurants to keep the coffee pot temperature at 185 degrees. He admitted that a burn risk existed for any food or drink served at over 140 degrees and that the coffee poured into the cups was not yet fit for consumption, since it was well above that temperature. Burns to the mouth and throat would occur if the consumer would drink the coffee at that temperature. He also stated that McDonald's had no plans to reduce the temperature of its coffee. So that concludes our case. Hope you enjoyed it.